Hey there, Busy Bee here. This is part 2 of my Plants vs. Zombies 2 with only consumables challenge run. If you haven't watched the first part, I recommend going to do that first, but if not, welcome aboard. Thanks to so much suggestion from the comments in the first video, I've decided that Sunbean is a consumable. Hooray! Now on to part 2.
Alright, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something.
Day 1 gives us a preview of the horrors of this world's gimmick. You see those walnuts? They're frozen, and any frozen plants can't attack or be used, period, unless thawed. That means zombies walk right past them like they're not even there. On day 1, the plants we place aren't frozen, thankfully, and after beating it, we unlock the hot potato. Hot potato will be immensely clutch for Frostbite Caves, melting the ice off our plants and making them usable again. On any other world... Day 2 shows us why frozen plants are relevant. The freezing winds will slowly freeze our plants. And we have 3 ways to counter that. 1 is with hot potato, 2 is by using fire plants like jalapeno to instantly melt them, and 3 is by mostly not using plants like potato mine and just using the ones that instantly can be used. So luckily for this challenge, the gimmick ain't too bad. Day 3 is a conveyor belt level where we have 1 consumable we can use, Hurricane, which will blow back every single zombie in 1 lane back, and chilling them to make them slow. In most situations, this is great. However, in this conveyor belt level, it's our win condition. We have to keep every zombie away from the lawnmower until every one of them is spawned and in the top lane. And that's not easy, especially since every zombie is going to be pushed into 1 lane because of the other gimmick of this world. Meaning if it goes off, it's a reset. And after multiple days of attempts and getting very close to winning, we get this run and finally win it in the end. I'm so happy that was possible. Was really worried I was wasting my time. Beyond introducing a zombie that can freeze plants by throwing stuff at it, day 4 was a breeze. Unlike day 5, that is completely impossible. Look at that, they gave us 2 plants period, expecting us to melt the rest of the defense. Oh well. Day 6 was fascinating. It's a level where they pick most of your plants for you, so I can only pick 2. I chose Cherry Bomb and Guava for covering the most space, and that choice made the level very possible. Day 7 was a little hectic, but still easy. Day 8 is conveyor belt level, which I'm pretty sure isn't possible. Day 9 introduces dodo zombies, which can fly over the movement tiles and things like that. Not an issue for this run. And day 10 is sadly another impossible conveyor belt level. Day 11 was really tricky. It's another level where they pick most our plants, and even though we had access to Chili Bean on top of what we picked, it was still difficult to hold back all the zombies. I had to try multiple different combos of plants, but the winning pair eventually was Jalapeno and Cherry Bomb. Day 12 was a last stand level, and even with the freezing winds, Jalapeno was able to melt a ton of our defenses and make it an easy level. Day 13, I was seconds from losing, but was able to pull through in the end. Day 14, they picked my plants and I was stuck with Hurricane. I was having war flashbacks to day 3, but I discovered something that made this level easy. Dodo zombies can be wiped out by Hurricane. It might also have to do with the movement tile, but I digress. Because of that discovery, I was able to beat it first try. Day 15 is impossible. I don't think I need to explain why. Day 16 is conveyor belt level, and the only consumable I can see is hot potatoes. So, yeah. Day 17 introduces a new zombie that pushes massive blocks of ice, crushing any plants in our way. And to that I say, Jose Jalapeno on a stick to save the day. Day 18 is conveyor belt level, and the introduction to a plant that I totally didn't mix up with garlic when we looked at the plant shut up, the Stunnion. When a zombie gets close, it'll burp up smelly fumes, stunning the zombies near it for a time. Its plant food basically does the same thing but covering more lanes. How does it help us beat this level? It doesn't. But it is nice to have. And after a simple day 19, we unlock the Stunnion for good. Day 20 was another simple day, followed up by an impossible conveyor belt level. I swear the vast majority of these are impossible. And day 22... No. No. God, no, not again! Yep, it's those damn chicken wranglers again, but weasel flavored. No, 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 I refuse to go through with that same BS as before. To the mines, let's go. Alright, so we're back. And we have the only plant that could supposedly counter these weasel zombies. And apparently the chicken wranglers. Shrinking Violet. It'll shrink all zombies in a 3x3 area, making them take double damage and making them damageless. It's plant food basically doing the same thing to the entire lawn. And I am told that this plant makes certain zombie abilities not work. Now let's see if that actually pans out. Oh my god, yes it works! And because of that, day 22 is easily beaten, yes! Day 23 was... oh man. So the objective is to protect the endangered species. Simple enough, these guys can't do anything until you're on top of them, right? Well, there's blizzards that send zombies onto them. So what's the solution? Very early into the game, make sure you have Guava and Squash guarding these spots, make sure for a fact you have Violet ready to shrink the weasels, and have a line of Squash guarding those specific spots for the second round of blizzard zombies. If you do all that and perfectly protect them, you'll be able to beat this level. Right after that chaos is day 24 and we can't produce sun. Dang it. And day 25 is no better, being an impossible conveyor belt level. Day 26 was very possible, even with all the chilling winds. And day 27 is very impossible. Keeping all the zombies in the front 2 lanes is not going to be possible at all. Day 28 was very tricky, having to make sure we have guavas in the back melting our plants, and as an emergency plant food, as well as making sure we have enough plant food and sun for emergencies. But thankfully, it was all possible. Day 29 is impossible with the plants given, and day 30, shocker, is impossible. Boss is a really neat design, but like, not surprising anymore. But with that, we move on to the Lost City. God damn it!
Chris! Where the f are we?
Day 1 shows us the gimmick of this world, and for once, it's really helpful. There's tiles in the ground that when a plant is placed on it, will produce sun for us. I think that's really cool. It makes this level super easy. Like, look at that excess sun, holy moly. Day 2 introduces parachute zombies, which I guess counter plants you have to walk onto? At least until they land? I don't know. Day 3 is a conveyor belt level featuring Red Stinger and Guava. And after several attempts, this day is barely possible. Guava really is the MVP though. Day 4 introduces us to excavator zombies, which will grab plants like Chili Bean and launch them behind him, making them ineffective to beating them. Not the hardest to counter, thankfully. Day 5 is sadly an impossible conveyor level. Day 6 and 7 were super easy, and Day 8 shows its plants for us, making it impossible, as well as Day 9 being an impossible conveyor level. Day 10 was really easy, but Day 11, as easy as it was, introduces a problem. Dragonfly zombies. They dart down the lawn really fast, and none of my ground-based plants can touch them. My only options are Squash, Cherry, Jalapeno, and Hurricane, which all one-shot them, and technically, Guava can deal with them, but in the same way as Seagull zombies, it takes 2 of them. Plus, sometimes they're armored with cone heads or buckets, making them unkillable. Day 12 is our first possible produce sun level, which stalling from the iceberg lettuce, we were easily able to produce enough sun with the tiles. Sad to say, it's followed up by an impossible conveyor level, and day 14 I was convinced was impossible, but I beat it first try. Guava coming in clutch once again. Day 15 is never going to happen, as well as day 16. Day 17 was easy, however introduces us to a potential nuisance, the Importer. It'll drop its bag on gold tiles, spawning in more zombies from its bag till destroyed. And day 18 is 100% impossible, but gives us access to a new plant, Stalia. Stalia can come in clutch. It'll slow down zombies in a 3x3 area, and its plant food can hit the whole lawn. Very good when we need to stall. Get it? Because of the name? Day 19 was easy, and so was day 20. It does show how annoying the importer is. Can't break them without jalapeno or cherry bomb. And day 21 is an impossible chosen plant level, and shows us a new consumable that we will go over later when it's properly unlocked. Day 22 is really neat. The tiles will set off traps, which is what allows us to knock out a lot of the zombies. And with a little patience, the level is possible. Day 23 was tricky, with the Gargantuar taking 3 whole consumables. What? But it was beatable. Day 24 was pretty easy, and day 25 only let us pick 2 plants. But it was still possible. It also shows us another plant that I totally didn't forget about. Why do you keep saying that? The gold leaf. Gold leaf is very niche, but it's also something we've been looking for. When placed, it creates a gold tile underneath it, meaning we can produce sun. That's all it does, but it means we can finally attempt sun production levels. And at the end of an easy day 26, we unlock it for good. Day 27 introduces a zombie that can be blovered into a ditch for all I care. Skull zombies. Look at that! They just laser beamed my plants out of existence. Stuff like this is why I've mostly phased out Potato Mine, because now the zombies keep having counters to it. Day was possible, but what the heck? Day 28 was another trap level, but with an annoying problem. I can't break 2 of the tents without using my lawnmower, so it becomes a boring thing of replaying the level until I could sneak over 2 dragonflies to demolish them with lawnmowers. Day 29 was hectic, but beatable. Day 30 was fast and simple. Day 31 was impossible. And as for the final day of this world, the boss is impossible, but dang it, those traps make it seem like it was possible. Oh well, on to the next world, the far future. So, remember the gimmick in Lost City with the sun tiles? Well, day 1 shows us a new type of tile. When you use plant food on a plant on top of them, any other matching tile will also use the plant food ability for free. And since this is demonstrated before the day actually starts, day 1 is easily beatable, and I can see these tiles becoming extremely busted. Day 2 has a zombie mech with a shield, which doesn't really do much against our plants beyond Chili Bean. Day 3 was simple, and the return of Potato Mine, yay! And at the end of the level, we unlock the almighty Blover. Blover is the ultimate counter to the zombies in the air. No longer must we rely on Hurricane's one lane. Now we can hit the entire lawn with its ability. It only works on zombies in the air, but that's what we needed it for. Day 4 was interesting. Sun drops from the sky and blows up if you don't let it hit the ground first. Very easy level, and shows the power of Blover. Day 5 shows us another mech, but much more annoying. These cone mechs take 2 consumables to take down, and I don't like that. Still beatable, but ugh. Day 6 is impossible with the plants given. Day 7 was a bit frustrating with all the cone mechs, but still beatable. Day 8 is another impossible conveyor, but introduces these monsters. Gargantuar mechs. They're a worse version of those stupid skull zombies with the tankiness of a normal Gargantuar. Ah! Day 9 was a little tough, being we're limited to 15 plants maximum at a time. But we also unlock the ultimate weapon against these mech zombies, EM Peach. When placed, it'll disable all machines in its area temporarily, making the mechs an easy target. I don't deny it's another hot potato situation where it's only useful here, but it's also more practical. Day 10 introduced Disco Zombie Mechs, which summons a lot of jetpack zombies. So you know, Blover and 2 consumable combo. Day 11 was a fun prepare your defense level. Day 12 was a bit tricky with all the mechs. And day 13 introduces us to football mechs, which I think are just faster mechs. That's all I could figure out about them. Day 14 was an easy, limited Sunday, thanks to the tiles and the potato mine being so cheap. Day 15 is never gonna happen. Same with day 16 being a conveyor level. Day 17 being a tutorial for a different plant. And day 18 is a produce 6,000 sun level. Oh man, this level took me 10 minutes. From stalling as many zombies as possible to placing sun tiles, and I couldn't mess up at all. Luckily, and with all lawnmowers used, I was able to stall one lane of zombies for another 3 minutes to produce all the sun we needed. Oh my god, I didn't expect there to be a level as stressful as Hurricanes again. I forgot Blover for day 19, which made it a lot harder, but still possible. Day 20 is impossible, no matter how much I love Starfruit, but unlocks the ability to manually launch our lawnmowers, which I think is pretty useful. Day 21 was pretty much exactly the same amount of stress that day 18 was, so extremely difficult, but with the addition of those stupid disco zombies. Day 22 was an easy plant your defense level. Day 23 limited our plants and sun use, but it was still manageable. Day 24 was another sun bomb level, and after beating it, we unlocked the tile turnip. It's essentially this world's gold leaf, where it leaves a plant food tile on the ground. I'd argue it's less useful though, cause the first one is free, but every other one is super expensive. And day 25, the boss of this world, is still not possible. Not much to say, honestly. Let's just move on to the Dark Ages.
On second thoughts, let's not go to Camelot. It is a silly place.
Right.
You ever wonder why I allowed sun-producing plants? I know at least one of you have, and it's because of the Dark Ages. No sun falls from the sky, meaning our sun production would be incredibly limited, and it'd be so boring to just say all the Dark Ages is impossible without it. So in reality, I made this harder for myself by actually having to try. You're welcome. Anyway, day 1 was really easy, and brings back graves, so welcome back, Gravebuster! Next time. Didn't use it this time. Day 2 was smooth sailing, and also solidifies Gravebuster's use, because graves keep spawning back in. Nothing to worry about, thankfully. Okay, there's something to worry about. So on day 3, a thing called necromancy happens, and with every grave on the lawn, little imp zombies spawn. So now I need to make sure to get rid of as many graves as possible before necromancy happens. Dang. Day 4 is a conveyor belt level that is completely possible, and it's all thanks to arguably the most useful consumable in the game, the Hypno Shroom. It turns your enemies into friends. Whatever zombie eats it will go back down the lawn, taking down whatever tombstone or zombie in its path. Its plant food ability is bonkers, turning whatever zombie that it eats into a gargantuar. And as shown in day 4, it's basically a parade of mass destruction if done right. Day 5 was super easy, and day 6 was an easy plan your defense level, which gives us full access to the Sunbean. Sunbean is another option we have in terms of gaining sun, as any zombie that eats it will produce sun when damaged. It's plant food doing the same thing, but more. It can be very useful for those sun levels. Day 7 was quick and easy. Day 8 chose its plants for us, but gave us Hypno Shroom. Enough said. Day 9 had a cool thing with potions, buffing and making zombies more powerful. Heck, one even tanked the squash. Not bad. Still easy. Day 10 finally gave us an impossible level, and throws in my face something I thought about. Puff shrooms are kind of a consumable, cause they disappear after a short time. I decided it's too different of a plant to allow it in the rules, but hey, if you think it's valid, let me know. Would love to hear your thoughts. Day 11 introduces wizard zombies. They turn our plants into sheep for as long as they're alive, meaning having a strong defense means nothing to them. But still simple enough to deal with. Day 12 I was thinking was possible, until I saw the graves. Funny enough, if graves weren't in this level, it would be 100% possible. Day 13 is an impossible conveyor level, and day 14 is a produced sun level. Neat. But they take away Gold Leaf. Why? This level was infuriating, and it got to a point of having to freeze a wizard repeatedly, and down to the last gravestone left. But it was possible. Eventually. Day 15 was possible, but we had to use all of our lawnmowers in the end to defend it. Day 16 introduces the king zombies. They knight every zombie that walks past them, which is a little irritating, but still not a serious problem. Day 17 was another fun potion level. Day 18 is completely impossible. Same with day 19, since I'll never be able to get the shrooms from going off.
Say the line, Bart!
The boss of this world is impossible. And that does it for part 2. Thank you so much for watching. Curious question though, do you think the hardest world has already happened, or do you think it's coming up? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, this has been Busy Bee. Peace!